Hey everyone, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another vid. And what inspired this one actually was a trip that I took to a chain of used media sellers. I talk about these folks somewhat often in my videos. I went to Half Price Books today. And of course I was, as per usual, checking out their music selection. I didn't end up buying any music. In fact, the only thing I bought there today was this book. I've just started it, so, we'll see how it turns out, but whatever. Anyway, I bought that book today. No music, because, well, they didn't have any records that interested me. So then I took a look at their CDs. They did have one CD, a Paradise Lost CD that I considered buying for about $8, but looking at the back of it, I saw a fair amount of scratches and scuffs, so I left it. I didn't buy it. And then I took a look at their cassettes, and they actually had kind of a decent selection of used cassettes, right? So I was like, okay, I'll take a look. I'll bite. And now I know there has been a, quote, cassette revival along with the vinyl revival that's been ongoing for years. I didn't know prices were ridiculous yet for used cassettes, but apparently they are, because I found 3 titles I remember finding specifically at Half Price Books. One was Master of Puppets. Another was Slayer's Show No Mercy, and Anthrax's Among the Living. And they were selling for $15 a piece. Yeah, 15. And when I saw that, I thought, man, nope. It's like the most I'd be willing to pay for a used cassette is maybe $5, 5 or 6. That's it. I mean, because at 15, man, in my opinion, you have to be fucking daft to pay that much for it. I know that was a really bad impression that I tried to do of my friends across the pond, but whatever. I won't try that again, I promise. But yeah, it was really ugly. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to take a look on eBay and Discogs and see what is being asked, for these prices, right? To my surprise, sometimes they were even much more expensive than what was found in Half Price Books. So, looked up Master of Puppets first, and we're looking at this first one. It's $11.70 plus $3 with shipping, so that'd be $15 essentially. This one is four Metallica cassettes. Now, what's interesting is I actually remember owning all 4 of these cassettes at one point. They're asking $21 for the lot, but it's bids, so it might, by the time the auction ends, it might go higher. But I most certainly remember owning those things. Sooner or later, I am going to make a video about what I actually had in my cassette collection back in the day, because I have all of those albums now on CD. I have, when I first started collecting CDs, pretty much my first priority was to replace my cassette collection with CDs. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Moving on, this one's $20. Wow, this one is from India, and it's $374. It must be some rare version to command such a ridiculous premium. About almost $40 for this one. I don't know. I always saw cassettes as kind of the worst physical format, so I find it funny that a lot of them are going for so much nowadays. So we'll check Discogs as well for Master of Puppets, and it looks like the median price for this. Oh, you can't see it with my face blocking it, so let me shrink myself down a little bit more. All right, so. Anyway, the median price, it looks like, is about $13. Wow, one copy of this sold for $67, and the lowest was $6. Kind of makes me wish I had hung on to my cassette collection instead of giving it away in the early 2000s, but whatever. So let's take a look at another album. We'll take a look at Show No Mercy. And this one is selling for 20 bucks. I guess this is an original release. And this is $100, I guess, for a first pressing. Wow. Okay. This one's 30, 66. You get the idea. 125, 130. Wow. Okay. I guess whatever, those pressings are sought after. I understand. Just like CD and vinyl. And on Discogs, looks like the lowest was 8 bucks. Median was $11.75, and the highest is 30. All right, whatever. So, last one I looked at, we're going to look at it, is Among the Living. And this one seems to be the, quote, most affordable, or most, what I would call reasonable, one of these here. So, whatever. On Discogs, it seems like the median is about 4 bucks, even though that was listed for 15 bucks at half-price books as well. Now, I don't know if these are the same pressings or not. I just basically looked up things that had, similar-looking sleeves as to what I remember seeing at half-price and all that to try to get an idea of what it's actually selling for in the collector's market. And yeah, I guess cassettes are having another, quote, moment like vinyl. The biggest difference, I think, between the two formats as far as collectability goes is, new vinyl is actually being pressed, and manufactured, whereas new pre-recorded cassettes almost never happen. They do very rarely, but it's extremely uncommon for new pre-recorded cassettes to be made. In fact, I think there's only one source of where tape is even manufactured anymore. Plus, getting a decent cassette player nowadays is almost impossible, whereas you can get a decent turntable fairly easily. So I most definitely will not be going down the rabbit hole of trying to collect or recollect my youth on cassette. That's not going to happen. So, yeah, I could just look at this immediately and say no, because I don't know how many cassettes. I guess I'll figure it out when I make my video how many cassettes I actually did own, but it was a pretty decent amount, and no way on earth am I going to try to recreate that. Just not going to happen. So one thing I've noticed, though, in collecting both really just vinyl, because that was the first, quote, retro format I tried to collect, is metal as a genre. It's really difficult to find, ultra cheap deals on used physical media for it. Metal seems to be something that people just more or less hang on to a lot more than other music genres. Just something I've noticed. I'm just curious to all the other collectors out there who, see this. Are there any other genres of music that you collect that are kind of expensive to collect on the used market? Metal definitely is. I'm just curious as to what else is. Since I only collect metal, I have kind of tunnel vision, and I just see it's more expensive than, other genres because maybe it was produced in somewhat lower quantities. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Just anyway, any thoughts you got, throw them into the comments below. That's pretty much it. As always, live long and prosper. Keep on rocking. I'll see you guys in the next one.